Most people I know spent years trying to have the result first, the income, the clients, the proof, so that they could finally feel like the person they were meant to be. I believe that sequence is the main reason transformation stalls. You have to be the person first, decided on purpose, before the evidence. Here's a question for you right now, and I'd love it if you would answer it in the comments below before we go any further. Which one have you been doing? Waiting to have or deciding to be? Stick with me to the end. I'm going to hand you one question that tells you instantly what gate you have been waiting on and whether it was ever actually there. I want you in the room with me in person. I am attending a live world tour this July and August, and I'll personally be in Chicago on July 28th. Guests come free when I invite them. I have limited seats. Link is below. Subscribing is how YouTube brings you back for day 16 of 17. All right, so let me tell you what I found on day 15 of this program. I'd been carrying a belief without ever naming it out loud that I needed all of my marketing built before I could earn the sales. It felt responsible. It felt like the smart thing to do. And it was a complete lie. I have an enroller with lead abundance who gives me every lead I ask for. Gate I thought I was waiting on was never there. I invented it in my mind. You don't need the thing you think you need. What you need is the decision. The step after the decision reveals itself. The step before the decision does not. Now, let me give you the sequence that actually works. Most people run have, then do, then finally be. Have the money first. Have the clients first. Have the proof first. When I do the work, then I will feel like the person that I want to be. That sequence stalls because the evidence never arrives on its own. You're waiting for something that is waiting on you. You got to flip that. Be, then do, then have. You decide who you are first. Decided on purpose. Then the doing organizes itself around that identity. Then the having follows. Robert Rosenthal proved this in a classroom in 1968. When teachers were told certain students were likely to excel, those students performed better regardless of their actual starting ability. The teachers changed how they showed up more. Encouragement, more challenge, more specific feedback, and the students rose to match. The expectation changed the behavior. The behavior changed the result. What you believe about yourself changes how you show up, and that changes everything downstream. It's not magic. It is documented, real, self-reinforcing loop. Peter Gollwitzer studied this from the decision side across 94 studies. A film-specific decision outperforms a soft intention every time, not because of willpower, because the decision becomes the trigger. You stop waiting for motivation to arrive. The identity is already decided and the actions follow it. In this clip, she's not waiting for the validation. She decided who she was before anyone else confirmed it. That is B. Here's something worth knowing about your communication, because it is the same principle applied to the room. Your energy enters before your mouth does. The person who has already decided walks in differently than the person who is hoping for permission. Every strong pitch, every audition, every high-stakes conversation I have been in that went well began the same way. I had already decided who I was before I walked through the door. That's not a mindset trick. It is a professional craft. Are you building something you love but still waiting for your business model to feel completely ready before you go all in? The products and live events behind this channel were built for that exact moment. The opportunity page has the details. Fill out the short form and the next page will direct you to have a short call with me. Now for the question that I could not shake on day 15. Who am I to want the big, huge number? My conquerors answer, I am the woman who sold 21 cars when they told her she couldn't, who built a paid acting career in a market that had none, who raised $30,000 in 2 nights when they said it was impossible. The big number is the newest version of a question I have already beaten every single time. All I have to do is show up. The number is not the ceiling. The question underneath the number is the ceiling. And I know how to answer that question. I have receipts, right? What are yours? Not what you hope to do. What have you already done against the odds? That is your receipt book. And when the question shows up again, you open that. And here's why receipts matter more than affirmations. There is research showing that positive statements, just repeat, I am wealthy, I am confident, can backfire for people who do not yet fully believe them. The statement feels like a discrepancy from the evidence and the mind rejects it. What makes I am land is when it is grounded in something true. The receipts come first, the declaration follows. This is not a wish, it is a verdict. Romans 4:17. God who quickeneth the dead and calleth those things which be not as though they were. This is not a magic spell for objects. It is the divine pattern for identity. You call the identity into being before the physical proof even arrives. Not the car, not the contract, not the commission, the person. Be first. Exodus 3:14. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. At the burning bush, Moses asked God what name to give the Israelites. When they asked who sent him, God did not answer with what he had done. He did not answer with what he possessed. He answered with pure present first person being. I am. No object required, no proof required, no justification, just the decided state of existence. You are not claiming to be God, by the way. You are learning to hold the posture the Creator demonstrated. Being first, before the evidence, before the circumstances catch up, because the world confirms what you already know. I am. Let it stand. Still watching from the doorway? That is exactly what the free school community is for. Everything else, the business, the coaching, all of it gets explained inside there. Come see for yourself. No pressure, no obligation. Just show up for yourself. Tomorrow is day 16. Subscribe so it finds you. Share this with someone who is waiting to have before they let themselves be. And tell me in the comments, what is the gate you've been waiting on that was never actually there? Name it. The naming dissolves it. You cannot fix a negative thought with another thought. You need a joyful action, and singing is the fastest, most research supported, completely free one available to every human being on earth. I'm Chrissy Hogue Bartels, and I'll see you on day 16.